everybody, it's KelseeBrianaJai, and in today's video I am doing a review and demo using some new products from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And in this video, as you all can tell by the title, I am focusing on the new complexion launches from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So let's go ahead and jump into it. You all already know I have it on my face right now, but before I show you all the demo, let me give you guys some details about these new products that I bought. So let's start off with the bang and talk about the foundation. Here's what the box looks like. I hope that I am not blinding you all because this is a metallic silver box. I picked up my foundation from Ulta. You can also purchase it from Anastasia Beverly Hills' website, but by going in Ulta, you can pick your color. So this foundation retails for $38 and it does have 30 milliliters of products or 1 fluid ounce, which is the standard amount of foundation. So here's what the actual foundation looks like, and it comes in a clear glossy glass bottle, and it does come with a pump. And a lot of people were saying that the design of this foundation reminds them a lot of another foundation, which I happen to have right here. Everybody has been saying that this foundation reminds them of the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and I can definitely see where there's a comparison here. These two foundations do resemble, but this foundation looks a little bit different because on the actual bottle it says foundation. It's like it was yelling foundation at you. I'm sorry if you had on your headphones and I busted your eardrums, but this foundation has foundation on it. And allegedly Norvina said that she put the big words foundation on the foundation because she wanted it to be visible for people who were makeup artists to be able to identify their foundation really fast if you needed to get it out your kit or something like that. I have not heard that personally or read that personally. That's just what I have heard, but I think that is cute. I know a lot of people are on the fence with this design, but I think it's kind of campy because it says foundation and obviously this is foundation, so why do you have to have those big words on it? You know, it's very polarizing, but I like it. I think it's cute. It's like, okay, foundation in your face, coming at your foundation. You're not going to mistake this for anything else. It is what it is. So let me read you all the description for this foundation. It says, Anastasia Beverly Hills' Luminous Foundation is a water-resistant liquid foundation that creates a luminous natural finish. The radiant formula delivers long-wearing, medium coverage, yet still feels weightless and looks ultra fresh. This is the coverage you have been waiting for. Luminous Foundation looks so great on its own, there's no need to set it with a powder. Available in 50 completely natural shades, this lightweight foundation blurs any imperfection, including discoloration and unevenness, without caking or masking the skin's natural radiance. With a seamless application, this easy to blend face makeup leaves the skin with a perfect looking complexion that's free of flashback or oxidation. So you all already know I'm going to be putting those claims to the test in this video. Like I said, I did a demo and I'm going to be doing a wear test throughout the day, and I'm gonna come back and check in and let you guys see the update of how the foundation is wearing. But really quickly, I want to tell you all the color that I picked up. I got the color 355N, and I'll go ahead and tell you, I think that that one is a really nice match. Typically, I wear MAC NC43. Really, that's my perfect MAC shade. And I also wear the color 8 in Armani Luminous Silk, as well as I think Fenty I wear 320. Maybe 310. I actually need to go back and revisit that foundation, but I'm somewhere in that range with the Fenty, just for a color reference. The other thing that I picked up from this launch that I'm talking about in this video is the powder. So Anastasia finally has come out with a loose powder because so many people have been asking them for this for years. This is actually called the loose setting powder, and this one has 25 grams of product or 0.9 ounces of product. Here's what the powder looks like. It looks huge. Huge. And this retails for $36. But let me give you guys a size comparison for this powder against another powder that I use all the time. Here's my Laura Mercier translucent powder. A lot of you all are familiar with this powder. And here's the Anastasia powder. As you all can see, the Anastasia powder looks like it is eating the Laura Mercier powder. But the Laura Mercier one actually has more products than the Anastasia powder. This one has 29 grams and the Anastasia one has 25 grams. But the way that the packaging looks, you would think that this one has more, but it really doesn't. but it's not that much less, so we're not tripping. So there are 5 different colors of this powder. I have the color Deep Peach, and I went in store like I did for the foundation to swatch it, and when I was swatching it in store, I was thinking that a lot of the colors in there were too light, namely the banana one, which is the one that I would have initially gone for, but I thought it looked really light, so I skipped on it and got this one. I have this one on underneath my eyes, and I set my concealer with it, and you all can see this powder once I do that in the demo as well. That way you all can gauge if it's a good color for you. But like I said, there are 5 different colors. They have the color Translucent, which is a colorless powder, the color Banana, which is a pale yellow, the color Vanilla, which is an ivory color, the color Deep Peach, which is a warm peach. That's the color that I have. And then there's one called Golden Orange, and that one is described as a golden tan color. The description of this powder states that this perfects, brightens, and sets makeup in place with ease. This lightweight, superfine powder formula goes on smoothly as it absorbs oil, minimizes shine, and leaves you with a flawless matte finish. Available in 4 natural tone shades and 1 universal translucent powder shade. This silky formula gives the complexion a seamless, soft focus effect, blurs the look of imperfections, and extends the wear of your makeup. I did not use this all over my face, like I said, just because I typically don't use a loose powder all over my face. But if you wanted to and you are my complexion, or even maybe MAC NC45, then you could, because I think that this one will be a pretty close match to your complexion. And it's not that opaque, so you can use it all over and don't have to worry about it really changing your foundation color a lot. But again, you all will see that in the demonstration. So these are the 2 products that I'm focusing on in this video. You all already know the other new launches that Anastasia has released, the Jackie Aina and the eyeliner. You all already know I'm doing a video on that as well, but I did a separate video for that, which will be linked down below. But for now, if you are interested in the foundation and the powder, then stay tuned and you guys can see how those products perform. So enjoy. So I'm going to shake up my foundation, make sure that it's all incorporated. I'm going to start off with 3 pumps because this pump doesn't disperse a lot, so 3 is really 2. I'm just going to take the foundation on the back of this sponge. This is my Kelsee sponge, and blot it on my skin. And the sponge took up all of this foundation. I probably am going to have to go in with a little bit more, but I'm going to start out here and blend it out. Okay, I think this is a good color match. It's giving me medium coverage. I'm going to go in with a little bit more. I'm going to take 1 more pump and go in around my chin area, just because my chin area typically is a little bit darker than the rest of my face. I'm sneaking and listening to stuff in my AirPods. I wish we could listen to music on YouTube. That would be amazing. That would set the whole vibe up for a video, right? Okay, so I am liking the way that this foundation blends out. It goes on very glowy, but it does dry down just a bit. I'm getting a good amount of coverage from it. I'm just going over my cheek area again because this is where I typically like to have the majority of my coverage. And then I take whatever else is left over and put it on my forehead and down my nose because I don't like to have a whole lot of coverage there. But this color is good, and I'm liking the way that it looks even without my concealers and powders and all that stuff like that. I feel like it's blended in. I feel like it's giving me a nice glow, and I think I have a good amount of coverage, but I still see some of my imperfections. But I like the way that it looks because it's giving me a nice everyday luminous finish. Plus it let me build on top of it without it looking too cakey, so I'm feeling it so far. So I think this is looking good, but I am going to go in with my concealer and then I'll be back to set it with my powder, and then that way you all can see what it looks like going on top of that. So I have my concealer on. Now I'm going to go in with the powder. So I have the powder already open, but I'm going to dump some on the back of my Petri dish just because I like to keep mine as neat as possible. So make sure my under eye is smooth. You all know I like to go in with my sponge to apply my powder under my eyes. So I'm just going to pick up some of that powder here and then press it. Okay. Pressing it in. I think this powder is just a little bit too dark for me. I thought this would be a good color in the store, but now that I have it on, it's a little bit more so like a skin tone color. It's a little too dark. I darkened it up a little bit too much with this, so I'm going to go in with my other powders that I typically use. But looking at the powder and not the color, The powder is very smooth. It set my under eye concealer and it mattified it but not overly dried it. So I like the way that it looks, but I may have to go and exchange it for the color Banana. I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, my regular powder, and set the rest of my face. So far, I am liking the way that my complexion looks. Everything looks smooth. I feel like this is a good color match. I feel good about it. I feel like my skin looks nice for a daily basis, or if I wanted to go out. You know, sometimes you have different foundations for different occasions, and I feel like this can be an all-purpose foundation based on how it looks right now. But I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be right back, and I'll show you guys what everything looks like all together. Here's what my makeup looks like all together. I am loving the way that my skin is looking. I feel like it looks glowy. The foundation has gotten a slight bit darker than it was when I initially applied it, which was about an hour ago at this point. But overall, I still think it looks really nice, very soft, and I like the way that it looks with all of my makeup on top. So I am going to wear it around for the rest of the day. Right now it's 7 o'clock and I've already had it on for an hour. I will come back in 3 more hours and show you all what it looks like at the 4-hour mark, and then I'll come back at the 6-hour mark and let you guys see what it looks like at the end of the night. But for now, here's what we are hitting for. And I'm not even gonna lie to you all, I'm about to go take off this shirt and put on something more comfortable, because this shirt was only worn for filming purposes and I need to be able to lounge because it's raining outside. So if I end up going somewhere, I'm not going nowhere with this shirt on, but I will go somewhere with this makeup on. But I will check you all in a few. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so I am back for my 4.5-hour check-in because it's a little bit past the time. And I already told you all, when I came back, I'm going to be way more chill. I have on my chill shirt. I threw my hair up because I was over it. It's raining still outside, but my foundation is still looking good. I am noticing that some oils are breaking through. My cheek area is a lot more dewy than it normally is, but I think it looks good. Like overall, I'm feeling the way that my foundation looks, and I still like the way that the powder looks, but like I said, it's just a little bit too dark. But if it weren't too dark, I still think that it's smooth. It's holding my concealer together. Okay, there's minimal creasing here, and overall I'm still liking the way that my complexion looks. So I'll check you all in 2 more hours. It's gonna be past midnight. I'm still gonna be up because I am actually about to edit this video that you are watching right now. Yes, I'm working on a video that I'm filming. Who can multitask? Okay, but I'll check you all in a minute. So I'm back. I'm ready to do my final thoughts on these products. I have in my retainers, so if I'm talking a little bit funny, that's why I've got to start wearing my retainers more seriously. And I'm not going to wear them all the time in my videos, but honey, sometimes I am. Starting with the powder. So my main gripe with this powder is the color. Like I said, I felt like the other colors in the store were too light. The banana powder was too light. The vanilla powder and the translucent powder all had this white cast to them, and that's why I skipped on those and went for deep peach, because I felt like this one had a little bit more warmth to it, and it was a peach color. And in the store, it didn't look that dark, but today I felt like it looked really, really dark underneath my eyes. Granted, my under eye still is smooth, my under eye still is matte. It wasn't very drying, and it set my concealer beautifully. I feel like my concealer has been put all day. There's no creasing, and I really like the effect that it gave. But as far as the color, I'm not really here for it, just because I don't feel like it's one really for me. I feel like in my skin tone range, the banana one is going to be too light and the deep peach one is too dark. Ideally, mixing them would probably give me the results that I'm looking for, but at this point in the makeup game, I don't really feel like that's necessary. So I think I'm going to skip on it simply because of the color. Now, if you can find a color that works for you in this range, I do feel like the powder is very finely milled. It blended out really nicely. It kept me matte, but not too matte. And I like how it smoothed out the areas where I put it in. Moving on to the foundation. I'm impressed. I really, really am. I feel like this foundation looks really pretty on my complexion. I like the color match. I like the undertone. I like how smooth it is. I like how it covered up my imperfections, but it still felt breathable and it looked breathable. I did see some of my imperfections, but for the most part, they were pretty much covered, and it gave me a beautiful medium buildable type coverage. I feel like it looks skin-like. It feels nice. It doesn't feel heavy. Sometimes at the end of the day, when you've had on your makeup, it feels very icky. I don't feel that way. So that's a true compliment to this foundation. I'm really liking it. 3 to 4 pumps, you get this beautiful amount of coverage, and it has a really nice glow. I feel like the foundation wore well throughout the day, very consistent. I am a little bit glowier than I was when I first applied it, but I feel like it looks like a beautiful glow and not a sweaty, greasy mess, which is always what I'm trying to avoid whenever I try a new foundation, in particular one that says that it's luminous. Sometimes it can be scary. I do have combination skin, so I do get a bit oilier here. Today it was very hot, very humid and rainy outside, and I went outside in that, and my makeup still lasted and looks very beautiful in my opinion at the end of the day. So I really like the formulation of this foundation. I really like how it blended out, and I like how it looks right now. So this is going to be something that I'm going to incorporate into my summer foundation routine and continue to wear. Here's what my skin looks like 8.5 hours later. I did wear it a little bit longer than anticipated. That's just because I got very, very busy tonight. But love it. Love the way that it's looking. Let me know your thoughts on these products if you plan on picking them up. I know a lot of you all have expressed your excitement about these products to me, so I know that some people have been waiting on this review, so hopefully this helps you all make a decision. If you have been waiting to see my thoughts on these products, let me know your thoughts on them down in the comment section, and I will talk to you all in my very next video. And I'm about to go straight to bed. I'm so tired. I'm going to edit this little part of the video and then I'm going to sleep. But anyways, smooches. Bye.